What's up, everybody? Josh here with JM Junk Movers, and I got a special guest, my secret weapon, Melissa, my wife. And I wanted to do a little video and kind of introduce her to the business, to you guys, have her explain a few things that she does, and kind of ask her a few questions. So if you guys have any questions, you know, she actually reads the comments on YouTube, so she'd be able to respond and everything. So if you have some questions after this, feel free to ask. But we got 4 kids. We've been together since 2012, married. We've had 2 houses together. We've gone through quite a bit. I quit my job and started junk removal, and we had goals to be financially free and stable, and it's been great so far. Yeah. So I'm gonna have her kind of talk about what she does for the company a little bit, and you know, I'll ask a few questions here and there and capitalize on things. So
yeah, so I do all the admin work, so anything with like invoicing, sales taxes, we do ours monthly, and then anything that needs to go over to the CPA, our bookkeeper, any of the hiring. I've also taken over like writing up our policies and procedures, our handbook. I mean, literally everything on the back end I'm doing. Yeah. A little bit of everything. Social media. I wear many hats right now, but that's kind of what happens when you have a small company. You kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so for me, I'm the contact for the customer from beginning to end. I do all the billing, I do reviews and marketing. That's pretty much my areas right now. That's where I'm strongest. It's where I'm good, and she's helping me pick up on the places where I'm weak. And you know, we've hired around places where she needs support and stuff like that. So it's worked out really good. We're starting to get too big for us too, so we really got to start hiring quite a few more people. We needed someone to start answering the phones for us. We need somebody to start running the truck, and then we're going to be getting a bookkeeper that's going to take a lot of time off her hands, that's occupying her, so we can focus on working on the business, not so much in the business. And hopefully by the end of the year we have all of that in place. So 2022, we're just steamrolling and enjoying life. So yeah, there's probably one thing that I asked her, like, what are some things that we could teach people with QuickBooks and the programs that we use. And there's, you know, you learn and teach through experience. And there's one thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about, because I'm not sure how everybody does it. I know the big guys do not add sales tax on top of your costs, so, or what your charges, right? So let's say it's $400 job, you don't add sales tax on top of that. Most don't. I don't know why. I do. I've never been questioned about it. So literally, I'm just adding 8.25% to my margins, like that, guys. So why you don't do it, I don't know. Simple, scared, I'm not sure what it is, but I do it, and it adds 8.25% to our
well, not really adds, but it just doesn't take away from
doesn't take away from our numbers. Yeah. Exactly. So but one thing that we noticed with QuickBooks on that is there's certain numbers. I'll let Melissa kind of go into this. I could probably explain it, but it'll probably take me like 5 minutes, and she'll get it done in like 30 seconds. So go ahead.
Yeah, so taking over the sales taxes, we first actually had a CPA doing it for us. Yeah. And we were doing it quarterly, but we got to the point where in the state of Texas, we were just making too much that we had to actually do sales taxes every month. So now we're just registering those every month. And when I started doing it, obviously I didn't know what I was doing. My background, I mean, I do have background in like admin work and stuff, but not specifically in taxes or anything. I'm not a CPA or accountant or anything. So one of the things that I would advise you guys to do is to make sure that when you are doing taxes yourself, that you make sure that you're doing taxes just on your sales. So when you go in to do your taxes, it's going to ask you for your total amount of sales. That does not include the sales taxes that you already charged your customer. So you just want to do it on the sales. We, by mistake, were actually doing the total number, so we were really paying sales taxes like twice, basically. So
bad.
A little mistake there.
Bad.
But it's, something that we learned, and now we're doing it correctly.
Yeah. Yep. So, we just adapted to it, but it was something that we caught. We only made the mistake once, and we caught it and we corrected it. So just a little tip right there, guys. Be mindful of your taxes, stay on top of your taxes. So she does all of our invoices, and we use Workiz and QuickBooks. So she transfers everything and makes sure everything's aligned between the two programs. And you work on that how often?
I do that once a week.
Yeah.
So I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've got 4 kids. My hands are busy. Like, I'm tied up doing lots, taking care of the house and the kids and everything. But I do take 1 day a week off to where I have somebody come to the house and take care of the kids while I'm working on the business, and specifically working on invoicing and, all the admin work.
We pay that babysitter as a contractor.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I do like to make sure that I stay on top of it, because before I was just trying to do the work in the evenings once the kids were asleep, but it got to the point where it was just really difficult, because sometimes I would let it go for a couple of weeks and then it would just be hours upon hours. And sometimes it's hard because, a problem will come up and it's 8 o'clock at night. I can't call customer service to help me out with the issue. So I was really needing a day during the week to do a lot of this stuff. And so it's really helped to make sure I'm maintaining my work once a week, and that just helps keep everything smooth.
Yeah, so I actually do the same thing. We don't work on Sundays. That's a given. That's the one day we don't do any work. But both of us have an additional day during the week where we get all of the admin work done, meetings. You guys know, if you're in junk removal, trying to set up a time and day to talk with people when you're busy and you're actually doing good is impossible. So what I do is, my Wednesdays, I try to always have a Wednesday or a Thursday off of every week. And that allows me to set up all my appointments and all my phone calls, everything. Because you know how all these people, they want to set an exact date and time. You can't do that in junk removal. Customer calls, we're taking care of them. So if you're on the truck, it's complicated. And then with her, on the admin side of things, it's 1 day a week as well, just to make sure it doesn't build up. But that's definitely something you would advise people do, is like once a week, definitely stay on top of it. Don't spread yourself too thin. Hire help whenever you guys need it. So, so another thing that I wanted to ask you is, there's a lot of junk removal guys here, or, any type of industry, and most of them might have a significant other, a wife, a partner, whatever. How would you advise them to help get them on board with starting a company, quitting a 9-to-5 job, giving away the security for potential reward, depending how good and disciplined you guys are? How would you advise someone to talk their partner into supporting them and helping them with the business?
Well, I think one of the most important things is that you've got to get your partner buy-in. Like, they have to be involved and in it, because otherwise you're really just trying to pull teeth, trying to get them on board with you. And one of the ways that we did that was writing down our goals, financially, just for our family, and long-term goals, and thinking about what we want out of life and how we want to live it.
And we want to live it today. We're not working for retirement. We're working for tomorrow. So a lot of our goals are going on vacation 2 to 4 times a year. Big or small, but going on vacation. We want some property that the kids can be raised on, where we can have animals, garden, all that fun stuff. So we have goals of what we want to do, and it buys buy-in from both of us. So that's one of them.
Yeah, that's I know that there are some, we have some friends who have businesses, and the spouse isn't really involved, or maybe tried to be a little bit, but it just didn't really work out. And that can be kind of difficult because, for us, it works really well because we support each other inside and outside of the home. So we're equal partners. I'm helping him with the business. It's our business. You know, he helps at home because it's our family. So we're both wanting to make sure that we're both successful in our areas that, you know, our strengths and what we do. And so it really helps to be able to be on the same page about that and make sure that we're going forward with it.
Yeah, and it's not absolute, guys. It's not like I come home and I'm 100% into the family, or, you know, every day she's doing work. It's, we do what we can when we can with what time we have. You know, it's not, we've worked it out so that neither one of us are being selfish with our time. We try to be as selfless as we can, and, you know, I think that helps a lot. And then the motivation and, you know, the goals of here's the dangling, you know, fruit, you go for it, and it creates motivation on everybody's part and buy-in. And when you guys can start paying yourselves pretty good, and, you know, the reward is there, it makes everything much more worth it and creates a deeper focus. So
and definitely play off your strengths too. You know, I have a degree in English, and so when it comes to like writing stuff, editing, like proofing everything, I can do that. Like, all those things are pretty tedious to Josh. All the admin work, anything that has to do with the computer, like Josh is, you know, here babe, like, that's my strength, so I take it over, right? You know, he does really great with interacting with the customers and marketing, and, you know, those are his strengths. He's editing videos, and, you know, so we play off of each other's strengths and make sure that that's where we focus our time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great balance. So having your significant other on board with you, supporting you, whether they actually do work or not, but they're still there motivating you and making sure you're staying on task, and just being involved with the conversations, I think helps out just magnificent, like, so much. I'm trying to think of it, magnifies the whole situation a lot. You know, two minds is always going to be better than one. Even if they don't know much about what you're talking about, they can still bring a third-party perspective that'll enrich you know, your perspective. So being involved in whatever manner helps a lot. And it's also, you know, she touched on this, it's something we built together. So, you know, when our kids are out of the house, she's not going to go through empty nest syndrome. I'm not going to go through mid-40 life crisis and buy everything. So, you know, it's a good balance. It's given us something to work for in the future, and I highly recommend it for everybody. If you can get over the part of giving up the security of punching a clock and benefits and everything. You know, that was something that we both had to do. So was there anything else? I think that's it, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys got any questions on the admin side of things, you know, she'll respond to that. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be doing more like these. Like I said, she's always available on Wednesdays, or she does her admin work on Wednesdays. So we'll be doing you know, one video a week of, you know, some advice and some perspectives, and maybe a little bit of motivational talk in there. Keep you guys on pace and everything. So if you guys can like and subscribe, that'd be super awesome. If you liked having Melissa in the video, let me know below, and we'll do more of it. So thanks guys, appreciate you watching.
Bye.